All right, man. It has been a while. We are here. We're at full strength, and it's going to be episode number 13 for us right now. I'm your host, Jeff Holden. Today we got Big O.
What up?
We got Coach Evan Hearn.
Thank you, Mr. Rourke.
And we got Jay here today. Coach Jay, thanks for coming. We're at full strength, baby. We love it.
Been on a sabbatical.
Yeah, he's been busy with basketball, all that good fun stuff. But we're back. We're at full strength, and we're bringing you episode number 13. Basically, what we're going to do with this episode is we're just going to bring, try to tell you guys what's going on, give an update of the show. We moved from one place to where we're at now. That took a lot out of us. We just been kind of absent with that, but we also have the football preview that we've been doing. That's been posted on our YouTube every night during the week, and we're going to continue with that. We got to finish that up. Why don't you tell them about volleyball?
We're excited about volleyball, man. It's shout out to all of the ladies out there that's playing volleyball, getting ready, getting geared up for the season. Y'all probably thought we forgot about y'all. Y'all probably thought we forgot about y'all, but we've been working behind the scene, getting things set up. Stay tuned. Hopefully in the next week or so, we're gonna have that preseason ranking. See where you measure up in that preseason ranking. We have some great guys that's helping us with this stuff. You don't have to know who they are, but they're helping us up. They know what they're doing. They're very well-rounded guys and ladies that are helping with this. And we're excited about it, ladies. We hope that once we get these preseason rankings going with you guys, that you guys are ready to come out. Let's get some kill shots, different things that you guys do, and hopefully we can come out and catch some volleyball games this year.
Yes, sir. Also, talking about volleyball, we have a plan for a volleyball all-star game. I think we're shooting for a December timeframe on that. More info to come. But, yeah, we had a lot of success with our basketball all-star game, and we want to do it for volleyball. We want to eventually do it for as many sports as we can. But we think volleyball December timeframe, so just be on the lookout for that. I guess, Coach Hearn, tell us about football, man. Football season coming up. What do you think?
Yeah, man. We've been doing the football preview, and it's been great having all these head coaches in. And so as we're gearing up for football, like Coach O said, rankings will be dropping soon and things of that nature as teams start to prepare. I think we're about 2 weeks out. I know for me, the 5As, the freshmen will report because we did spring ball. So I believe for the lower classifications, or if you did not do spring ball, their varsities will be reporting in 2 weeks to start.
August 5th,
yeah, August 5th. So it's here. It's coming fast, and before you know it, we'll be at Thursday or Friday night lights. And so what we're going to do this year, we're gonna have a game of the week that we're going to pick. We'll probably poll that up, maybe have fans interact and vote on that. And us this foursome ourselves, we're going to have pick'ems, and we may do a little wager on that and see at the end of the year who gets something after that.
Yeah, I'm going to win that, and I ain't even worried about it.
Nah, I don't know about that.
No, I'm going to win.
No.
All right, trust me. Money talks. I'll make it work.
So, Jay, you just coming from basketball, man. Are you ready for football or what?
Man, yes. First football season that I don't have a kid involved, so I can really get around and just enjoy.
Not yet.
I can enjoy going to games, chasing the best teams, and just kind of getting back into the groove of watching high school basketball. I mean, not basketball, but football.
That guy.
One sport.
But yeah, the football around here has always been so great, and just watching the all the way up from small schools to big schools and chasing games on Fridays has always been something I've been doing pretty much my whole life around here.
And I think another point about this football season, as we've been talking about our sideline preview, is the new UIL districts. We got new blood. We got maybe some old blood becoming new blood again. You got Jacksboro and Holiday in the same district. Now you have two schools, two new WFISD schools in Legacy and Memorial who are down in the same district. That game gets pushed back to the end of the year. Like I said, Jacksboro Holiday in there with City View.
Yeah, he almost forgot my City View people.
He was looking at me.
I think you're right.
I put a mug on him. I mugged him down for the View. Don't forget about it.
I think you're right, man. There's a lot of new rivalries that might be forming. O has been calling them out through the football preview episodes. Hopefully you guys are out there watching those. But yeah, we got Graham and Brock,
Graham
Battle
and
of the
Brock,
Blue, as he
yeah.
calls it. We got
What week
what
is
was
that?
it? Newcastle and Munster and Holiday.
Munster and Holiday.
Battle of the Reds.
Battle
I mean,
of the Reds, yep.
they may take off, they may not. O could be the sole
patent it now.
the
now.
patent
Better
the
patent
patent
it
man
up.
right here.
When I
you know,
hit
so-
big, we all hit big. You know what I'm saying?
That's
and then
it.
Goldberg plays Newcastle. I think, if I'm not mistaken, they had a good game against each other. So, we're going to call that green money. Money green battle. You know what I'm talking about? Money's on the line. I be coming up with that stuff, boy. He be hating on me too, you know what I'm saying?
And
Hey,
that's what,
I got the control, baby, so I can make it all
and that's
sound
one
good.
thing that this sideline preview has helped. Not only expand our coverage area, but is giving us insight from the coaches about their schedules and new district realignments that has helped us. And now we can, when we post that game of the week or the option for the game of the week, it makes our coverage area broaden.
Yeah, for sure. I think we got a lot of good ideas for that game of the week. I think O mentioned even maybe bringing a player from one team and a player from the other team, bring them up to the studio and make them play a game of NCAA football.
That'd be pretty
Just to kind of tie that in. That'd be pretty sweet to do that. But, I mean, we got a lot of ideas that we're bouncing off of each other. We're excited about it. But, yeah, I mean, not to skip the volleyball. We're really excited about volleyball and that volleyball all-star game, which we will be reaching out to people to help out with that, I'm sure. Which leads into the next thing is sponsorships. Like I mentioned, we moved from one studio to the next. We're here. We're in a bigger spot. We love this place. But nothing's possible without money. Everybody knows that. So we're going to have a new round of sponsorships where we're going to ask people to, give a little bit to us and help us with what we're trying to do with these athletes and with the area. We're going to offer, we haven't finalized it yet, but we're going to offer some kind of sponsorship deal for the football or for the season. So not for the season, sorry, for the school year. So our initial sponsorship was for the full year of 2024, which we're halfway through. We're thankful for those sponsors, but the next round of sponsorships is going to be for the season, or for the, I keep saying season, the school year. So, and that will be something along the lines of games of the week where we put information, put your logos or talk about you in episodes, or even when we go places and do different things. So be on the lookout for that. Other than that, do we have anything else? I mean, we're still going with this series of episodes. The preview is a mini series, so it's a little bit separate. So yes, this is episode 13 of our main show. The preview series, I think, is already up on episode 9. We've been crushing that, trying to get through with that, which has been really awesome. But other than that, I mean,
I think I do want to on the air give a shout out to Miss Kim, man. If you guys don't know Miss Kim, she's done a great job with our little lounge. We also have a lounge now, not just a studio. So maybe we'll have a day when we can give a tour of our new studio. But she supplied all the snacks for our lounge, and
it's a competition.
And we need some more.
And I'm not gonna lie, I've been in snack heaven. So shout out
So
Miss
Owen,
Kim.
yeah. So always been. Oh, you got one? Oh, I better
yeah.
get me one. Oh, you got one? So it's not like me and him have the same. He's getting the same as all of us.
One up.
I have a little thing that I want to do, or even ask y'all's opinion. I'm an Oregon Duck fan, so uniforms are really important to me. If you ever seen my AAU teams, you know uniforms are really important to me. So maybe even starting a series, or even ask y'all who has the best uniforms.
The drip session. I dreamed about that last night. I'm happy you said that.
Even having players send us pictures in of who got the best drip.
And we can vote on that.
We can vote on
drip
it,
or skip.
Or we can even
Drip or skip.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Drip or
I
skip.
like that. That might be it.
Coach Evan gave us a little preview of what their memorial stuff is going to look like coming up the next year. We gave them some pointers and some combinations that they should throw together. But I think that's cool too. Is to see. I remember Ryder pulling out the chrome gold helmets when TJ Vasher was in
got some
senior.
pressure this year at the View.
And we definitely have some nice new uniforms. I mean, we
Yeah.
saw a couple helmets already come through in the preview.
They talking
that
about
are
a
nice
couple.
new
We rocking
jerseys.
3 at the View. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Hey,
so we are excited about that. Man,
I will
football's
turn
just
you
so
in
good.
UIL recruiting right now.
Football's so good, but we're not going to forget about the volleyball girls because we know
we're
those
ready.
girls are
We're
killer
ready for
too.
that.
So
And like you said, and for all of our coaches who have come through, thank you very much. For you coaches, this is the time to get a spotlight on your community, on your school to talk about.
Yeah.
Like Jeff opens the preview. Nobody knows your team more than you do, and it's great for you and for your community and for your team to be talked about.
Yeah, I've really enjoyed the coaches coming on. It's been a lot. I've learned, especially with the 6-man coaches, I've learned a lot doing these previews, just the ins and outs of, and then not only just that, the sacrifices that those coaches take to run a 6-man program is not easy. So shout out to those 6-man coaches. Sometimes we know you guys don't get all of the pub that you guys deserve, but we definitely are happy that we were able to give you guys some recognition this year.
Quick question:
For sure. Go ahead.
Who's been your favorite coach so far?
Oh gosh, that's
Oh man, for me,
I got my favorite. I know.
Okay.
I'll let O go first because I know I don't want to say his.
Yeah. So I got two, but my favorite, hands down, is the only coach. He just
But you don't get to say two before we say one.
No. The only coach, and the reason I say the
rules.
only coach is because he's coming from a bigger program, coming down to a smaller program.
Go Cubs.
But his philosophy and his mindset, it's the same as if he was at a 6A or a 5A school. And he just listening to him talk about not looking forward to the future, but I'm looking forward to the now, just motivated me. I could have ran through a brick wall for him. And then my second coach would be Jacksboro coach.
Yeah.
I liked the way that he focused on, we're not going to focus on the who you are, our opponents. We're going to focus on what we can control. So those are my two favorites so far.
I like that.
Evan, who you got?
So I'm gonna go two then as well. This is twofold. So I'm gonna do two as well. Obviously, Coach Bendel, but excluding Coach Bendel,
just playing,
I
I'm
had to
just
give him his pub. Coach Hubble, I thought was really great, and this is no knock against all the coaches. We appreciate you all you guys for coming on. So I'll Coach Hubble from Jacksboro, and man, I my man Coach Archer in Newcastle. Just like you said, him coming on and just teaching us a lot and letting us learn, and we got. I'll give you a sneak peek of this coach we just had, Coach Healer. Like that young man, and I say young man because he's 24. His vision for what he has for the Goldberg Bears, I really liked him today.
Yeah, I think so too. I'll go. Man, I think my favorite one, obviously besides Coach Williams, because I have such
guy.
yeah. I mean, he's a Bird guy, but also, man, he lit it up.
He lit it up.
It was funny. It was fun to be in here with him and just learn, a little bit from him. But I really liked Coach McChristian from Graham. And one thing that really stood out to me was the fact that he's been there for 15 years as a defensive coordinator. He's waited his turn, and he is fired up. That guy was fired up in here.
Yeah, he was.
Giving us, talking about his team, and now he finally gets to take over. And he's had situations where he's like, man, I wish I could do that. And now it's his time. I think Graham, as good as they are, I think they're going to be even better with him, and I'm pretty excited for them. Jay, you got one?
Me not being here, I got to watch the episodes from afar or when they aired and stuff like that. I definitely would say the Graham guy, just because I love talking about the tradition of winning and how it's expected to win, and when things are expected of you, hey, go do it. Forget the excuses. Forget what everybody got to say. Oh, we're down this year. No, let's go win. Let's go figure out how to go win. And then of course, the one that we had today was I loved. I've never heard a young guy speak like that.
So good.
Like he was well spoken. He did his homework. If you know, when he first walked in, he talked about watching the Saint. He watched a few before
Newcastle,
he came.
yeah.
And so he did his research, did his due diligence, and then come up here unprepared. And then he was dressed sharp. Like
He was the most swag.
He was swag.
yeah, like and
swag.
just hearing the coach's perspective about everything, like because we've been I can't nowhere we're kind of going around it. We've been kind of harsh on school ball coaches and to the point where we have our expectations of them, and just to hear in their voice and their passion, because we know in every profession you get people that's just doing it for a check. They're just doing it, or they're just doing it because, hey, it's an extra stipend or it's an extra couple thousand at the end of the year for them and stuff like that. And to hear these guys talk and the passion that they talk with and the belief and just being motivated for like O said from the All-Learning coach, being motivated by guys, to see the passion come out of people. Yeah, for these guys is been kind of like an eye opener because everybody knows up here I'm for sure harsh on people that just doing things just to get by. You don't put 100% into something, or you not in it for the kids, or you not trying to like build something. I dislike that, and just to hear these guys talk with the future and just talking about their plans and talking about motivating kids or changing the culture around small schools, all that stuff has really been an eye-opener for me.
Yeah, for sure. And man, we could talk a lot about these guys, and we do appreciate all of them coming in. We're looking forward to the next set of coaches to come in and give us their preview. But we have to take a break for our sponsors, and when we come back, we have a really special guest. We're waiting for we can't wait to show you who it is, but we'll be back just shortly. The realtor we trust is Kim Roark, given to others with love. Kim was raised in this community and has been selflessly serving for over 20 years. Kim encourages everyone to thrive in their purpose. Kim is part of the Homes for Heroes program, where she gives back a portion of her commissions from each closing to all military, firefighters, law enforcement, healthcare, and educators who use her services. Whether you're looking to buy or sell, Kim is the realtor for you. Go check out the website, homesforheroes.com. Since starting from scratch in 2020 by longtime resident of Clay County, Bob Belcher, Duck Creek Disposal has quickly become one of the most trusted waste disposal service and dumpster rental companies serving the 940 community and the surrounding areas. Local to the core, they take immense pride in being a part of the Wichita Falls community. Duck Creek Disposal's deep roots mean that every customer is treated like a neighbor. Their promise is to guarantee the best customer experience in the area, and they live by it. Whether you're a homeowner, contractor, or business, they've tailored their services to suit varied requirements. Bob's hands-on approach and belief in personal connection means that when you call Duck Creek Disposal, you're experiencing a standard of service that Bob himself envisioned. You talk to real people, not a machine. Go give Bob a call at 940-257-5660. Serving the 940 community for 12 years, Allegiance Electric and Controls is the trusted go-to for commercial and industrial electrical solutions. Contact them for reliable, tailored services to keep your operations running smoothly. Please call or visit their website at aecllc.com. For all your paving and concrete needs, we trust Freeman Paving, LLC. Located in Vernon, Texas, Freeman Paving is our recommended business for concrete, paving, and dirt work. They have over 20 years of experience working right here in our community. Next time you need any concrete work, give them a call, 940-552-9496. If you're looking to treat yourself to a delicious dessert, then Yogurt Journey is the place to be. Yogurt Journey offers 12 delicious flavors of frozen yogurt with over 60 topping options. If you want something warm instead, stop by to enjoy an amazing funnel cake, fried Oreos, fried brownies, or fried candy. Yogurt Journey also offers frozen yogurt rolls, waffle frozen yogurt rolls, and smoothies. If you need a cake for your next celebration, Yojo provides custom frozen yogurt cakes. Yogurt Journey is located on Kemp Street across from Barwise Middle School and is open daily from 12 to 9 p.m. For all your roofing related needs, we choose Assured Roofing and Construction. At Assured Roofing and Construction, their hard work is based off honesty, loyalty, and integrity, ensuring that every customer gets what they deserve and is happy and stress-free throughout the entire process. When any storm damage occurs to your roof, gutters, fencing, or siding, Assured will have you covered and help you from the initial free inspection to filing your claim, meeting with adjusters, and getting your damaged property fixed properly. Give AG a call at 940-782-1194. All right, we're back on the show. We have a special guest today. You may or may not know her, but hopefully being from this area, you do know her. She is Miss Taliyah Brooks, the standout athlete and Olympian going to Paris representing US of A, and she's from right here in the 940. So we appreciate Miss Taliyah coming on and hanging out with us. I guess for those who may not know you, just go ahead and do a little quick introduction of yourself.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm Taliyah Brooks. Like he said, I'm originally from Wichita Falls, Texas. I went to Rider High School. So, I'm big Rojo over here, but I went to University of Arkansas, ran on the track team there, and now I still live and train in Fayetteville, Arkansas. But my family still lives in Wichita, so I'll come there for holidays, things of that nature. But yeah, I'm getting ready to go to Paris, and I'm super excited.
Yeah, we did get to see you. A lot of people got to see you during the when you came back for the Independence Day parade and those events there. How was that? Like, how did that make you feel coming back? And then, kind of like the city, you know, if I heard correctly, that the mayor said that it's the first ever key to the city.
Yeah, he did say that, and I didn't even know that they were going to be doing that. I mean, my sister kind of helped put all that together. I told her just let me know where to be. So they said the parade and then the meet and greet. I was actually surprised that so many people came to the meet and greet. Like when I saw that's what we were doing, I was like, oh gosh, this is going to be our family, some family friends. And it turned out to be way more people than that. Like, I mean, you saw I signed autographs for literally like 2.5 hours straight,
And
no
that,
break. There was food and drinks. I ain't eat none of that food or drink none of them
oh my
drinks
gosh, you missed out.
because I was going nonstop. So it
Yeah,
was
that was
good. It was
the
overwhelming, but
community.
in a good way.
Sorry, the community definitely came together for you there. That was huge. And one good thing that I do tell people, because I was fortunate enough to meet you and hang out a little bit with you most of the day, but you signed every autograph, you gave every hug, you took every picture, you shook every hand. I mean that was pretty awesome. And for someone, I mean, who now, now that you're going to the Olympics, all that, and even before, your time is valuable, and for you to do that, that was pretty awesome. But we'll go ahead and start with the first round of question, or we're just gonna ask you a couple questions.
Okay.
Get to see what it's like being Olympian. We just want to get in the head and get in the life of Taliyah Brooks before she heads off for Paris in a couple days. So we'll start with O.
Okay.
The first question I have, of course, I got to give a shout out to your dad. That's my guy, Coach Brooks.
Yeah.
So, how has your dad been a key part of where you are at today?
Yeah, it's crazy actually. My daddy was here. He left earlier. He came and visited over the weekend. So he's been a huge part. I mean, he's the one that started us running track. We had a little track team in Wichita Falls called the Road Runners, and then it kind of went to the Dallas area, and then Austin, and then back to Wichita Falls. But he started us young. I mean, the goal for us, we never talked about running like professional track and field. It was always just we got to run, we got to do sports, so y'all can get an education, make a better life than what we currently live. And so that was always like the main goal. And then it just kind of took off from there. And I think my time at Arkansas, I just kept getting better. Obviously, you watch the Olympics like growing up, but it was more so about like the education. So he was hard on us. He was real hard on us. Like people thought he was crazy. I mean, he is crazy,
I
but
know. I've been
people
trying to see you
really
work
thought
out.
he was crazy.
You're that.
But in the best way possible. Like when he comes to track meets, he's the loudest one. He's always the loudest one. And his voice in them bright colors, he's always going to have on 200 different colors. Uh, and, I love him. He doesn't miss anything. And he's probably the biggest supporter that I have.
For sure.
That's awesome.
So Taliyah, I've come to Wichita, or came to Wichita 4 years ago at Ryder, as you said, you graduated from, and I see your name on the walls at Ryder and see pictures of you, whether it was in your Ryder gear, making it to the state tourney or state track meet, or you in your Fayetteville gear. So, what did you run in high school? I mean, I know, but for our audience, what did you run in high school, and when did you transition to a heptathlon athlete?
So in high school at Ryder, so in high school, they don't have the heptathlon.
Right, right.
But you could do it in summer track. So I would do it in summer track, but at Ryder, I would do the 100 hurdles, 300 hurdles, high jump, long jump, and the 4x4.
So five.
And
Five
so,
episodes.
yeah, I would do 5. And then just when I got to Arkansas, that's what I was recruited for. I was mainly recruited like to do the heptathlon. So they started teaching me how to throw because I didn't really know how to throw shot put and javelin. And then we just kind of refine the events from there.
Mm-hmm.
At Arkansas, my coach is like a hurdle guru type of man. So my hurdles, my sprinting, like that kind of really took off. And then the throws and stuff, I had to learn how to do all of that. But I kind of did everything. So people like my parents didn't even know about the heptathlon. Somebody told my parents about it, I think when I was in maybe 6th or 7th grade, and was like, she already does everything. Y'all should try the multi-event. So I had to learn how to hurdle. Somebody did have to teach me how to hurdle. And Coach Pappas at Ryder, she was the track coach. She really like put me through some good hurdle workouts because my dad didn't know anything about the hurdles. So she was a big help like with my hurdles, and she went to Eugene for Olympic trials, and she's going to Paris. So, and my basketball coach, Coach Durzoff from Ryder, is also going to Paris. So that's exciting to have some high school coaches support out there.
For sure. So
going into that, you mentioned you had to learn how to throw. What was so difficult about throwing? I mean, obviously you were a runner and a hurdler. What was so difficult about throwing that you had to learn about?
Throwing is just so technical. I think in college I didn't really take like the weight room serious. We had to lift 3 times a week, but I was just in there to be in there. I was really skinny. And so it just like the shot put is like a strength event. It's very technical, but you can kind of muscle it, I guess, in the multis or in the hep or in the deck if you have to. But the javelin is technical. Like, I think, how much does it weigh? 600 grams? I don't even know how many pounds that is. That's probably like barely 2 pounds. And if you just don't throw it, if you don't throw it in the right like angle or whatever, it will literally fly up in the air and come right back down. And so it's a lot harder than it looks. And the European like heptathletes, the girls, the guys, they're really good at throwing. And when I go over there for track meets, they have javelins for like 10-year-old girls, 10-year-old boys. And that's just not really a thing in the US. Right. Like a lot of the girls, we don't grow up throwing stuff. We don't play baseball. Like some play softball, but we play, volleyball, basketball, track. So it's kind of like a foreign thing for American women. And it's just, I don't know, it's been hard, but this year I've made a lot of strides in the throwing events. I have a new coach. He's been super like patient with me. I've gone through quite a few throwing coaches. Actually, I think this is like my 3rd or 4th one. And so it's been hard, but I'm finally starting to learn the event.
So at the trials, was it the PRs in the throwing events? Wasn't your PRs in the throwing?
Yeah.
So that right there kind of shows you
throwing events.
Your new coaches might be, doing.
It's working. Yeah, the new coach is working. I mean, he's really trying to teach it to me, and he's just been really patient because I kind of joke and tell people like I'm a 5th grader in the javelin, like education level wise. Like I'm sometimes like you're saying throw to the tip. I don't even know what that means. Like, you just gotta dumb it down for me. And he's just done a very good job of that. Like he's been real patient. Even at the track meet, I needed a big third throw, and he wasn't panicked. At least he wasn't showing it. I was panicked. And so I'm like, what are we supposed to do? But he gave me the good cues and it worked. And those PRs kind of carried me through the meet because the events that I'm naturally good at are the ones that I'm usually better at. I didn't do that well in. And so those throwing events really like made a difference for me.
Yeah, I'm the basketball guy of the crew. So growing up, let's shout out to your dad one more time. He ended my track career very early. I went to a workout and I never went back ever.
You never came back?
Never came back ever. But growing up, your mom coached UAU. Did she coach? Didn't she have the Texas? What was the name of it? I remember.
What was that? She coached more of my younger sister's AAU team.
Yeah.
They were, I don't remember what they were called.
I can't remember.
But she did. She was kind of like in charge of our basketball stuff.
Yeah. I remember her coaching.
My dad hated basketball.
So growing up, I remember I'm a tad bit older than you, but I remember hearing about you and stuff like that, and growing up being a multi-sport star almost, like. Because before, did you get hurt late in your career or something like that?
I tore my ACL my senior year, so I didn't run track my senior year at high school.
So that I thought I remembered that a little bit, but from what I knew or what I was hearing about you, that you were going to go try to play college basketball, like that's I guess that was the rumors or what the town was speaking of. So how did you handle that? Like, was that your first love, or what would you say?
Basketball, like for sure. I did not want to run track. even up until like my sophomore year of college, I still didn't want to run track. I was still trying to find a way to get on the basketball team at Arkansas. I'm like, I'm not supposed to be out here with these people. Like, what is going on? Like, at one point, I even had a tryout set up for basketball, and the coach called me back and canceled it because it was when Jimmy Dykes was the coach at the time.
Gotcha.
His team was a little slim, and I love Jimmy Dykes as a person, but he only had like 6 people on his team at the time. And he called the track coaches, asked if I'd come play, and they told him no. And I didn't know about that at the time, but they told him no, and he kind of told me that, and I was like, well, it's not their choice.
Yeah.
If I want to come play basketball, so we did have a tryout set up, but he called me back and said it wasn't sitting right in his heart that if they told him no already, that it wasn't like you can't go around them. So it ended up not happening, but I loved basketball. Like I wanted to play basketball. I had more colleges recruiting me for track, but one of my main things when I was going on visits is like, oh, well, I want to do both. So I need to talk with both coaches. Like I need to, and I think at Arkansas, low key, and I love Coach Johnson now, but I think they low key bamboozled me. They had me thinking I was going to be able to play basketball, and their intention was never for me to play
Never let you do it.
basketball. But yeah, it was always basketball.
So second part of that question, I know you. I didn't know Jasmine's your older sister, right? Of the three. So I know I didn't get to know her much, but your younger sister, I was around her, I trained her a couple times. But so I asked who would win 1-on-1 between you and your younger sister who played Division 1 basketball at LSU.
Me. I mean, I'm a confident person, but also I think the difference between both of us, she was obviously a very, very good basketball player. But I think that we played 2 different positions. I was a senior, she was a freshman. I think I was just a little bit more assertive than she was.
Yeah.
Like if we down 2 and spread this thing out and give me the ball. And she just wasn't that type of person.
She was a LeBron type.
Or no, she wasn't that type. I was that type of person. Yeah, like she wouldn't pass the ball to everybody. I'm like, no, give me the ball and we're gonna make some shake. So that's why I'm gonna go with myself. But obviously she was a great basketball player in her own right.
So Taliyah, I'll jump in. Okay, first things first, when do you leave for Paris? Not Paris, but
Wednesday, the 24th. So I don't know when this is airing or if it's live, but I leave Wednesday the 24th.
Okay, and I'm sure you're excited. I'm sure your coaches are. I mean, the whole thing's gonna go. It's gonna be awesome. What is so leading up to that point? I guess from the time you left here until now, what is your day look like from start to finish, including your, I think you told me a little bit, but I want you to tell everybody else, like all the training you do, all the, this and that, like give us a day in the life of Taliyah Brooks.
Oh, it's long days. I cannot lie. Right now, like, it doesn't even feel like I'm going to the Olympics. I mean, it does, but it doesn't. Like, it hasn't set in because life has to go back to normal, right? Like, we have to go back to normal training, normal whatever. So it's been just normal, boring, hard training for the last 2 weeks. But a typical day, let's see, if it's like a Monday and Tuesdays, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Fridays are like full days for me. Monday, I'll wake up in the morning, usually. The last 2 weeks has been a little bit different, but I'll have weights at 8 a.m. I lift weights 3 days a week. So I'll go weights at 8 a.m. and then I'll have like a throw-in practice at 9:30. So I'll do like shot put for about an hour. Each one of those are about an hour. And then I'll have about a 20-minute break. I might grab a snack. And then I have practice with Coach Johnson, who is my main coach. Like I see him every day. That'll go for 2 to 3 hours, depending on what we're doing for the day. And then let's see. So if that starts at about 11, I get done around 2. I'll go home, take a shower, chill out for a little bit, and then I have rehab at 5. And that's like my track duties, I guess, taking care of the body. But on some days, like I'll have interviews like this, or I'll have I record the announcements at my church. So sometimes I'll stop by there, record announcements. I MC at Razorback men's basketball games and football games. So on some weeknights, like I'll have a basketball game. So after like rehab or something, I might take my clothes because I get real dressed up I might take it with me to rehab and get dressed, go do the basketball game, and then go back home and get ready for the next day. But right now, it's literally just the first half, weights all the way to rehab, massage, chiros, like all that stuff. So it's very track heavy.
Yeah, and
And when
so
I'm not at track, I'm at home resting.
yeah, I bet. And how do you think that's going to change once you get to Paris? I mean, you're going to be so
Well, I
locked in, I
compete
think.
this. Yeah, yes and no. Like, I think I've told myself that I want to experience, like, I want the full Olympic experience. Like, obviously, I'm going with a goal in mind. Um, and Coach Johnson tells me, he's like, we're not going just to participate. Like, we're trying to get a medal. That's something you can do. So we got to lock in. But I think the good thing for me is that I compete on the back half. Track usually starts on the back half, but my event is also just at the end of the schedule. So when I get there on Thursday, I think we have opening ceremonies on Friday. I'm going to go do that. I'm going to
Yeah,
go
for
watch
sure.
some of the other events. But for the first week or so, I think I'll still be in like a regular training as if I was at home. And then just going and watching some events on the side and doing all the fun stuff. But probably, I think I'll be there a week and a half before my event actually starts. So I think I'll go watch other events, go do some stuff in Paris, and then about 4 or 5 days out, I feel like is when I'll start to like lock in. I'll probably get off of social media. I'll start to just stay in my room, not really go into the other events. And then I'm there for a few days after. So once I'm done, then I'm turn up for something and go have me a little fun. But yeah, I'm really gonna try to do both because I feel like it's a once in a lifetime opportunity. So I want to experience it from like a spectator point of view, go watch some events that I otherwise would never get to go watch, but then also like take care of my business when it's time for me to do so. Cause you never know where you'll be in 4 years, whether I'll be competing or not, whether I'll be dead or alive. I mean, obviously I hope I'm alive, but you never know, like if you're going
Yeah,
to get that
for
experience
sure.
again. So I refuse to go out there and sit in my room and be
Mm-hmm.
like, I'm here for that. And that's it. I think
Yeah,
I
you got to
can do
enjoy it.
both
You got to
and
enjoy
still
it.
do
Especially.
Like you
well.
said,
Yeah.
yeah, I think it's going to be fun. We're excited for you.
At Orthopedics Express, our primary focus is delivering exceptional care to patients with orthopedic injuries, such as sprains, strains, broken bones, and joint pain. You'll receive the expert care you need when you need it most. Simply walk in or schedule an appointment through MyChart. Located inside the Center for Advanced Orthopedics, Orthopedics Express is your fast track to orthopedic care.
One of the questions I wanted to ask is, what would be your advice to other young ladies that are chasing their dreams? Like, what would be some advice that you would give to those young ladies?
I would tell them that any dream that you have is not too big. Like, you can dream big, you can dream boldly, and you can achieve those things. Like, it doesn't matter where you come from, what you come from. If your mind is set on something, that you can do it. Like, the road might be hard, and when stuff like you're bound to face an obstacle, you're bound to face adversity, but that's when you like figure out what you're made of, who you are. And once you start to put those things together and things start to fall in line for you, I think like what's for you can't be denied.
Okay.
But it's like a mountain. You like climb up that mountain, you might get knocked down a little bit, but eventually you'll reach to where you want to go if you don't stop.
Okay. So the second part of that question that I have is, so we all know what happened at the last trials whenever you collapsed. I felt like I was tripping at home. I was like, no. I'm like get up. Like I felt like I was on the track. So my question to you is when that happened, because we know that was a huge setback. Did you ever contemplate like giving up, or what was the motivation for you to continue?
Oh, absolutely. I think I told so many people like, oh, I see why track people choose to retire like after Olympic years. Because a lot of like the older people or maybe development, I don't know, a lot of people retire if they don't make the Olympic team. And I remember telling a lot of people that like, I don't know if I'm gonna try that again. Like that was hard, and then obviously not making it was its own like the heartbreak. and it took a long time to recover from that. But I think that people around me like really helped uplift me. Coach Johnson, my friends, they'd come to my house at random times, knock on the door, like, "You good?" And I think people also kind of just gave me they would check on me, but they also gave me the space to like work through that. I guess like I wasn't rushed back to the track. People wouldn't say like, "Oh, you just need to get over it." Like that happened last year. Like it took some time to get over. But I think the people around me just really helped me out with that. And without them, I definitely wouldn't be, because it was hard. Like there was a lot of times where I was like, no, I think I'll just stop here.
Well, that kind of segue into my next question, which I got two for you, as Big O calls it, a twofold question. But first, my first question is, talk about, as you've talked about your coaches, your dad, Coach Pappas, who I got to meet her, and then Coach Johnson. So talk about your three coaches and how important they have been for you in your life.
Oh yeah, they've been a huge part of my life, and I would have to add in Coach Garfield.
Yeah,
Like
Coach Gar. He's
Me and Coach Gar is like this. I call him Vanilla Pops. So I don't know, like just different. They all kind of serve a different purpose, I guess. Even now, I mean, Coach Pappas surprised me at the track meet. I didn't know she was coming. I got ready to leave the hotel to go to day one, and she was sitting in the lobby. And I was like, what are you doing here? How did you even know this is where I was staying? But I think like all of them just help to uplift me like in different ways. If I need a pep talk, I know I can call my daddy. If I got something that's not going the greatest and I just need like a little uplifting, like softness, then I can call Coach Gar. If I just, want some feminine energy, Coach Pappas will always be there for me. So even when I don't see those people, like for a long time, I haven't seen Coach Pappas in a very long time. I guess I did see her earlier this year. I went to Booker T. Washington and spoke there. But before that, I hadn't seen Coach Pappas in a few years. And you would have never known. Like her support has been the same. She still be cheering very loud, sending me nice messages. So the support is definitely crazy.
And I guess the second part of my twofold question is what you talked about. You want to go experience everything at the Olympics. So is there a certain person or a certain event that you're gonna go that you look forward to watching, or somebody you hope to see?
Yeah, I'm a gymnastics girly. I love watching gymnastics. So I'm definitely gonna go see Simone Biles and those group of ladies. The basketball men, like I'll come meet y'all. Let me go say hello. So I'll go watch some basketball. But I think just in general, I'm excited just to see like all the Olympic stuff. It's weird. When I would watch the Olympics at home, I would watch like the ping pong. So I
Beach
might go and
volleyball.
watch that, even though I don't really, like beach volleyball. I think just stuff that I don't normally see. I want to
Curling.
go and see
Do they have
it.
curling this year?
Flag football's coming in.
Yeah,
I think that's winter.
Oh, curling, yeah.
Is that winter sports?
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, I think because
On the
there's ice in there. Yeah.
Makes sense.
But I hope at opening ceremonies, I hope all those athletes are there, like the LeBrons and those people, so I can meet them
You could have said somebody
and
else.
whatnot.
Anybody
first.
but him.
You could have said somebody
Oh,
else.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Michael
Steph
Jordan
Curry.
would be there.
Yeah, Curry's
Yeah, could you get
Will
us
he
a
be there?
autograph?
I don't know if Michael Jordan will be there.
Nah, he won't.
I'll
I'll
need
try my
MJ to be
best.
there.
I got one. More. I got one more question. Being a crazy dad, I guess you could say, call us. How did you work through that with your dad being so extreme? I guess people can say, and loud and vocal, being that guy that he is. I guess people can say I'm not like that with my kids. Pretty hard on them. Can be their biggest critic at times, and holding them to what they say they want to dream for. How'd you balance that? Like, how did you? I know there's days you probably wanted to say, "Leave me the hell alone." and
Absolutely.
how'd you work through that and not listen to the naysayers and all that stuff of, hey, he's crazy, just do what you want to do type thing?
I think that it took me a long time to like I mean, I always loved my parents,
Yeah.
both of them, appreciated them. But I think it took me, I wasn't until I was grown that I truly like appreciated where they were coming from, like where my daddy was coming from, the things that he truly sacrificed for us. Because just growing up, it just seemed like you're doing too much. Obviously, I didn't have those words at the time, but you know, like there's a tension that's kind of built up, like, oh, you know, everybody else gets to go to parties. You don't even let us go to parties. Like you sitting outside, we trying to be in here with our friends. I'm just trying to go to movies with this boy. Like, and you're doing too much. But I think that, yeah, at the time you just don't really appreciate it. Or no, at the time you don't really understand it. But not until later is then when you like, you look back and it's like, okay, would I be the person I am if he wasn't like that? Or where would I be if he wasn't like that? And we kind of make jokes. We would make jokes in college like, oh, and this is not funny, but I guess it's a little funny now. Like my daddy he was a cooker. Like he would cook breakfast, whatever. We woke up, there was always breakfast on the table, but he never made enough food, really. Like we would be splitting, it seems like 3 or 4 eggs there was 5 kids, like between the 5 of us. Why did you only scramble 4 eggs or 5 eggs? There's 7 of us with both of y'all in this household. And we would joke about that. Like when we were in college, like, Dad, why you never made enough food? But it didn't really click. Like we ain't have enough food. And he was just doing, you know, what he had to do to make sure that we were taken care of. And so we thought it was funny. We thought he just, oh, like you cook in small portions. And it's just stuff like that. That's like, oh, wait a minute, that's not what that was. Or like, you crazy not letting us go to these parties. Meanwhile, there's folks around us that's 16 and pregnant. Like, okay, like I see what you were doing and where you were trying to get us to go. And just now, like, yeah, looking back, I'm super grateful for it. I mean, there's a few of us. I got a master's degree. Jasmine got a few degrees. Robin got a few. You know, like we're all doing very well for ourselves. But if it wasn't for him and
the
what he
craziness.
put us through, I don't know that we would be here. Yeah.
Yeah, so my next question is what motivates you? Like right now, like what's your motivation?
I think right in the current moment, this is probably a good segue from the last question. I think in the current moment, it would be like my parents and kind of just the city of Wichita Falls, like seeing how much everybody turned out for the stuff on the 4th of July and just like everything that my parents sacrificed for me to be here. I think me making the team kind of, had you asked me this question 3 months ago, my answer wouldn't be the same. But I think now that I've made the team and just seeing the reactions of the people around me, it's like, oh, this really means a lot. Like it means a lot to me, but it means even more to them. And so I think just representing my family, representing the city of Wichita Falls, like that really means a lot. And that's something I'm going to carry with me, like through Paris. And hopefully, like in the competition, that's what's fueling me. And just in the back of my mind, like I'm here for a reason. It's folks where I come from that probably could never even imagine being here, but now they see me here and they're like, oh, I could do that. And again, it's something that I knew, but it was different when I just actually saw it. If that makes sense.
Yeah, and that actually segues kind of into my next question. My question is, how has Wichita Falls either motivated you, or how have you like really felt the support from Wichita Falls?
Yeah, I think the turnouts from the events because again, that took me by surprise. The meet and greet really took me by surprise. I know everybody be turning up on Facebook, and I don't be on Facebook like that, but I see like all the comments. I might not respond because it's really a lot between the 3 social media, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, but I see almost everything. And just seeing like the comments that people have made and people buying the t-shirts. I mean, you got your t-shirt on, like people that I've never seen in my life before having on these t-shirts. And them like really, really just supporting what I'm doing. And they truly watch the track me. Cause you know, sometimes people will be like, oh, I saw you on TV. And they may or may not have actually seen you on TV. But when they can tell you like little things like, oh, I seen you trip over the girl, or oh, I seen you on your last throw. It's like, oh, y'all are really watching. Because I'm not in an event that's like a hot event. I don't run the 100. Everybody watches the 100. But like for my event, you have to go and seek that out. If you want to see it, you got to go find it. And you got to have some patience to sit there and watch all 7 of those events. So just like understanding that people really watched and then people really showed up has been crazy and like overwhelming.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna wrap up my questions. You know, I gotta give my signature question, and if you press that buzzer when I say the big old special, we're gonna have a problem after when this go off the air.
When they call it?
The big old special. Jeff's gonna be missing pretty soon. So I'm gonna ask it in 3 folds. I think this would be kind of pretty good. It might end up being 4. So the first part of my question is, growing up as a kid in Wichita Falls, what was your favorite place to eat at in Wichita Falls?
This is a big plug here.
You know what? I'm gonna give you 2 because one I don't think it's open no more. But we used to go to the chicken box all the time on the east side.
Ooh,
Get some gizzards, get them dipped, get a roll.
Was
Like
it in
I
a
would go
brick
to the chicken
building
box.
at that time? Was it a little
Yeah.
brick
It's
building?
over by the hospital. It's by the
right
hospital
highway.
now.
Yeah, but it used to be.
We
when it
go
was
there.
The prime of it.
It
It was
used
to
the
be.
prime of it. The little brick
Yeah.
building right by the highway.
Yep, and a hot link sandwich from Davenport. That would be for me. But like, absolutely. But I also love some Golden Chick, and we don't have a Golden Chick or like a Chicken Express out here, and that's my spot. When I go back home, I need some chicken tenders. But those 3 for sure.
Okay, and then so the second part of that question is, what's your favorite place to eat currently where you're living at in Arkansas?
I don't get paid for this. I need an endorsement deal for this. Let me see.
I know her favorite place to drink
I
or to
think-
get a drink at is the tea place, or Seven
Seven
Brew.
Brew.
Yeah, there you go.
7 Brew. I do get paid to say that.
Okay.
And that's a real thing. So I get my drinks from 7 Brew. Let's see. Food wise, I really like what do I like? I eat a bit of everything. It's a little I'll go with kava. I like a little salad and wrap place.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean it's a chain, but
So the last part of this question is gonna be a little tricky, but gives you something to think about. It might be an I don't know yet. What are you planning on? Some of your favorites that you want to try out when you go to Paris?
food wise, I've never actually had like a crepe. Is it a crepe or a crepe?
A crepe.
I think it's a crepe.
Yeah, a French
It's
pancake.
like
Creep.
creepy.
I ain't never had no
Creepy.
crepe before. No. I think
That's probably a good
I
thing.
think I'll try. Okay, Benji. I think I'll try a crepe. My dog is going crazy.
He want a crepe.
And like some croissants.
Okay.
Croissants.
Okay.
Gotta bleep that out.
What is it? No, where's it at? Where's it at? You better
And so the last part of that question is, I made it a 4-part for you. What's your favorite pregame meal before you get ready to compete?
Okay, that's a good question. I'm a steak girl. So when you asked my favorite restaurant here, I should have said something with some steak. I'm a steak girl, medium, some mashed potatoes, some type of green, either some broccoli or some asparagus,
She from the South.
and some bread, some type of bread.
Your coach is watching this and be like, "Hold on."
She's trying to go to Texas Roadhouse. It sounds like
No,
She's trying to
surprisingly,
hit up
like
Texas
I
Roadhouse.
think people get surprised. I have to eat a lot.
Oh, yeah,
I eat a
'cause
lot
you
of
burn
food.
a lot, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm burning a lot, and I'm going all day. So I eat a lot of food, but steak girl for sure.
Okay.
There we go.
All right. So this has been great. This is my last question for you. Everybody knows you, like you said, the T-shirts, the Fear the Fro. So you kind of got your own, your own identity. So from growing up and watching the Olympics myself, the Jackie Joyner Kerseys, the Flo Joes, the Marion Jones, and obviously now Sha'Carri Richardson, hot name. I'm going to ask you this. What are the nails going to be like?
You know what? I got a nail appointment on Tuesday. I told the man a couple weeks ago, I said, sir, I'll be back. Well, I was like, I'll be back in a week and a half. I need you to brainstorm.
Okay.
I need you to brainstorm something. So I'm still kind of looking right now. They playing, these my working nails. I call this working nails. No designs, no nothing. Like we just practicing hard for 2 weeks. But I'm undecided if I'm gonna be like cliche and do some red, white, and blue, or if I'm gonna do
It's
something
got to be some
completely
red,
different.
white, and blue.
Yeah.
I think so. I'm gonna get a little something. I might go like red on one hand and blue on the other hand, and then kind of white on both. But
You'll
we'll
have to
see. Nail appointment on Tuesday, so
you'll have
I'll
to
show
send us a
y'all in the
picture so
next
we can give it to
episode.
Evan.
Put little
Yeah.
Send us a picture so we'll
put little
it up.
miniature froze on your nails or something like that. Little red
If I can
flowers.
get him to draw that, I don't know what his skill. We might get him to draw a little throw on there.
And I guess you should try, or you should try you some escargot while you're out there in Paris.
Is that popular in Paris?
It's caviar.
That's snails, right?
It's
You
like
know, I'm
fish
from
eggs.
Wichita Falls. You know,
Caviar is like
but
fish
I got
eggs,
a
isn't
little
it?
bougie side in me, so
Yeah.
I'll go find me a nice restaurant. Get a little picture, try some escargot, some caviar or something, and kick my feet up.
There you go.
So-
Last one for me. Being a born hooper in your mind, I guess you can say. What was your favorite? Who was your favorite player, male and female, and your favorite hoop shoe?
Oh, I can't even answer the shoe question.
Oh,
I
okay,
can't
my
answer
bad, my
that
bad,
because
my
I'm an
bad.
A6 athlete.
Oh, restricted.
So I'm an A6 athlete.
It's probably
I don't
the-
even know that we make basketball shoes. So, huh?
I was gonna say it's probably the threes.
Yeah, that one. But favorite male and female hoopers. I don't watch a lot of like NBA. I prefer college sports, but you know, I mean, I said I would like to meet LeBron earlier, and y'all kind of put my head up on a
No,
stick.
I think you should.
Yeah.
I would if I was there.
So
I'd meet
I'll
them
go
all.
with LeBron, and I'll probably go with LeBron because, I mean, I think just because of the longevity of his career, people have what they have to say about Bronny, but it's crazy to me for a dad and his son to both be in the league at the same time, and then just what he does off the court. So I'm gonna go with LeBron just because of all of
Off
that
the court.
together.
Yeah, I
love
agree with
that.
that. But I got a question for you here that may make or break you. Who's your GOAT? LeBron or Jordan?
Oh man, why would you ask me?
All right. Yeah. You're getting.
She knows she
Don't come back if you say the wrong thing. Don't come back.
That's hard to say. I'd probably go with Jordan.
Come on, let's go.
Yeah. And then girl wise, I think I haven't watched a crazy amount of WNBA, but I did watch her in college a bit. I'm gonna go Skylar Diggins-Smith.
Ooh.
And she got a little feisty. She got a little mouth on her. I like that. Like, talk your mess.
I can see that. Yeah.
She's
I
very feminine, so I like that too.
knew on you a little
but
bit
yeah.
when you're growing up. I can see Skylar Diggins.
Yeah.
I could see that a little bit.
Well, hey, we definitely don't want to keep you all night. We had some technical issues earlier. I wish we had it all going working fine, but then it went to and I apologize about that. That's my fault.
It's because you pressed that button on me and it messed everything up.
Could have been. But we do appreciate you so much for taking your time out and hanging out with us for a little bit. I think I'm not sure when this will air. I'm going to try to get it out tonight. But is there anything else that you have to say for maybe Wichita Falls or anything or anybody you might think that would be watching?
Yeah, I guess thank you for all of the support. Like, it's been crazy. It's been overwhelming, but I'm excited and I really appreciate it. And I know y'all will be watching when I go to Paris. I don't know when I'll be on again. We haven't really talked about it, maybe this week or next week, but I'm excited to share all the stories and everything that I got going on. I'm excited to just make y'all feel like y'all there too.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to come back and talk about it and all that good stuff. So
Yeah, so
yeah.
We did talk briefly, but maybe you can squeeze in some time in Paris while you're in between your gymnastics and your, maybe go if
We
you
take
get a hold
LeBron on
of
the show,
LeBron.
too.
Yeah, if you
We
get a
take
hold of
LeBron on the
LeBron,
show.
just tell him,
FaceTime
hey,
with
No, I
LeBron,
don't like him that
Simone.
much.
I got some guys you need to FaceTime for a minute, something like that.
Yeah.
But if not,
I can
it's still cool.
FaceTime. Yeah, I'm gonna get a little video.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get it together. Hopefully, I'll get there on Thursday. So give me a couple days so I can kind of figure out what's going on, schedule things. But maybe like next Sunday we can
Heck yeah.
Okay.
do it
Yeah,
again.
all right.
we'll
Sunday
look
or
for that.
Monday.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, Taliyah, thank you so much for that. And then also, I want to say, City of Wichita Falls, you've been great helping them out with purchasing T-shirts and stuff. There's also a link that'll be linked in the description below. Hopefully, you guys can go on there if anybody feels generous enough to give a little donation to them. Keep in mind, Taliyah has to fork up all the costs for all her coaches, any of her family, any of her friends that she's wanting to be there. She actually has to pay for that. The Olympics and that they do not pay for that. So keep that in mind, and please give a donation to them. Taliyah, again, thank you so much. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
Good luck with training, and we'll talk to you soon, hopefully.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. It was a good time, and I'll see y'all next time.
All right. Catch you later.
See ya.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay. Bye, y'all. Thank you.
Bye.